you doing, guys? This is Jason Gutierrez, PT, owner of Truth Physical Therapy and Fitness in New Mexico. And this video is going to be my top 10 most important things to do and to deal with with training over the age of 40. So top 10 most important things with training over the age of 40. Training meaning resistance training, weight training, fitness training. Number one to me is proper warm-up. So, different warm-ups can be for different people, but, a basic 7 to 10 minute cardiovascular warm-up to get, all the muscles flowing of blood and kind of, just get the heart rate starting to kick in. Very important. Another way to warm up would be dynamic warm-ups, dynamic movements, including functional movements as in squatting, lunging, moving the spine different ways, obviously with no resistance, just getting the body loose. Dynamic warm-ups can be just as good, and you spend 5, 10, 15 minutes kind of getting loose, moving different ways, getting the blood flowing, and gradually start working your way into resistance training. So cardio or dynamic warm-up to me are both very excellent ways, depending on the client, even a combination of both. Number 2, holding good posture during the performance of the exercise. So to me, the bread and butter of performing good weight training, good resistance training, good band training is how you hold your posture during the performance of the exercise. So, basic things would be to have your feet shoulder width apart, unlock your knees a little bit, brace that core, keep those shoulders back a little bit, hold that head up nice and straight. Basic concepts, obviously different exercise, you'll be doing things a little bit differently. But how you perform each rep, you don't want to be leaning over. You want to hold yourself up unless you're actually doing, a forward bending movement. But, how you brace yourself as you move, using the mind-muscle connection as you're training, thinking about the muscles you're working. Very important, guys. The muscles are shutting down as we get older. Gravity is affecting us year after year. So we need to teach ourselves how to be strong against gravity. Number 3, breathing during exercise. So a few different ways to look at this. Personally, I like to be able to control my breath with inhale and exhale fluidly as I'm training, to work with the exercise, Or exhaling on exertion during breathing performance is pretty common. So if you're doing a squat, when you get to, you inhale on the way down, you exhale as you come back up because you're pressing against the weight coming back up. If you're doing a bench press, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way, pushing the weight back up. So, that's a very common way to do strength training. For circuit training, I think more about controlling my breath, so basically just working, with a fluid inhale, exhale to what feels comfortable for me, keeping my lungs open, keeping my diaphragm and my abdomen open as I'm training and breathing nice and deep down to that diaphragm. So, very important. And obviously when you work with a fitness instructor, they will, instruct you on how they think you should breathe properly. Just remember not to strain too much, not to hold your breath, and to be able to control your breathing, and you'll be in pretty good shape there. Number 4, full body training 3 days per week. And I think we need to think of training and fitness training as we get older as functional conditioning, how to be strong on our feet from toe to head, how to fight against gravity's effects on our body. So I think training every other day, thinking about a full body pattern, starting from the ground up, working your legs first, working your core second, working your upper back and shoulders and chest and everything third, is never a bad thing, as far as making it functional. You want, the legs are the first thing to get weaker as we get older. The core starts going, the belly starts coming out a little bit, so we need to think about, strength in posture, and basically, the whole body 3 days a week to me is a very nice way to do it, to ensure, maintenance of strength and even growth of strength over time, even as you get older. So number 5 would be performing functional movements during your training. So functional movements, we think of things we do throughout the day. We bend down to pick something up off the floor, we vacuum, we twist to, reach and grab our seatbelt, and for example, as things we do throughout the day. So, Movements that are functional, like squatting, like deadlifting, where you pick something up off the floor, you pull it up straight, you put it back down. Trunk rotation, controlled. Those are all, really good functional movements, and I think those should be incorporated into any strength training regimen over the age of 40 as well. All right, so number 6, performing waist belt resisted training to minimize strain on the heart and lungs. So if you guys have seen any of my videos that I posted, waist belt training is a great asset to getting stronger as you get older, because you can put the resistance around your waist and pull against it and work everything basically from waist down. All right, so an example would be for a squat exercise. If you see my videos, you put a fitness mount on a stud in your house, and so that'd be like an anchor point. You connect the resistance bands to that anchor point, which connects to carabiners. Carabiners connect the resistance band to a belt that's around your waist. So you can increase the tension through that anchor point, through those bands around your waist, and perform all sorts of exercises with minimizing strain on the heart and lungs, which is very important as we get older. We want to build strength. We don't want to strain too much. We do want to keep our heart rate up in a nice training zone. 60 to 75% of our maximum heart rate for 45 to 60 minutes is a basic way to look at it. The literature is saying different things, within that area. That's kind of, basically what they're saying, 3 to 5 days per week. And it can change from year to year. But the waist belt resistance gets your heart rate up, but it doesn't strain you as much as, say, doing things with the arms repetitively. So it's a nice way to start and build yourself up as well. So I really believe in the waist belt resistance training. Any questions you guys have on that, you can always let me know, and you will train that at Truth PT if you come there. So just know that for sure, because I just love it. Number 7, ensuring adequate hydration and supplementation as needed. I live in the desert. A lot of my clients, know about drinking water here. Water, we're 80% water within our body, so we need to fuel that water, keep ourselves hydrated, keep the muscles hydrated, keep the brain hydrated, and keep the muscles, full of water. So we can lose weight, and lose muscle strength if we don't have that proper hydration. Supplementation, branched chain amino acids and plant protein are two great assets to training as well. And branched chain amino acids help the body recover from exercise. Can also be sipped before your workout, during your workout, and after your workout. And again, I'm not a nutritionist. I just know what has worked for me through the years. I've taken amino acids and whey protein at different times to see how my body would respond. Aminos help you build up, to me, just as much as whey protein. That may be, a controversial statement if, certain, weightlifters that drink lots of whey protein heard that. But to me, branched chains are great. They fuel you for recovery. They fuel you during your workout. They fuel, just the muscle activity and rebuilding. So plant protein is a substitute for whey protein, and it's got all sorts of plant nutrients and high protein levels to help the muscles rebuild as well. So I'd say those two, and vitamin C, which is an immune system booster, are great supplements to go along with your fitness training. And talking to your doctor about your blood work, and if there's any other deficiencies you have, things like magnesium are good. A multivitamin complex, things like that. But, for me, branched chain amino acids are number 1. All right, so then we're talking about number 8, performing circuit training workouts, emphasizing leg strength, core strength, and rotator cuff / parascapular strength. So the things that we get, that get weakest as we get older, again, legs, core, and tendons. Rotator cuff tendons in the late 30s, early 40s start to kind of get weak, and maybe even before that. So emphasizing a regimen that has legs, core, rotator cuff, and shoulder blades as its basis is great. You're bracing, you're building, you're strengthening, you're stabilizing with all those different things that you can do within those body parts, and that's what I kind of think about that. Number 9, eating high quality nutritious foods. Again, I'm not a nutritionist, but eating high quality foods, vegetables and meat are always, good game. Healthy fats, avocados, always great for you. And again, talking to a nutritionist, talking to your doctor about what he recommends for you when you start training. But to me, minimizing white flour, sugar, processed foods, you really can't go wrong, and your body will thank you for that too. And number 10, performing proper cool down exercise. Light cardio, stretching, deep breathing to help your body return to the state it was before you started your workout. Basically what I think, guys. So I think those are my top 10s. Thank you so much for listening. I will put individual videos for each of these top 10 with more descriptions of why I believe in these things as top 10 most important. It's worked for me. It's worked for a lot of clients that I've trained. Focus on that posture, abs tight, shoulders back. Thanks so much. Have a great one, guys.